What is happening, guys? Martinez back again. I'm just out here in nature, or at least on my balcony. Shit done changed, man. Shit has done changed. So yeah, just a quick video to you guys out there. Basically, so this video really is just about like hitting your 30s and how things change maybe in your 30s compared to your 20s. Nothing complicated, but one thing I noticed as well, and again just reflecting on life and where I'm up to and my own circumstances, and just seeing again how things change and your perspectives change. So guys, I notice obviously when you're in your teens and obviously you're going to maybe school and stuff like that, your focus is just very much on a sort of linear path, I would say, for most people. If you again maybe more so in the Western world, where maybe you're focusing on just going to school, maybe on sports teams, maybe you meet your friends, you're going out on the weekend and doing different things. And then from there, guys, I notice that stage is more about putting in the work, more so of a finding yourself to a point and finding your identity and establish who you are maybe in your own way, which can change over time. Your perspective can change, but that's maybe is usually what I've noticed is like the very first key pinnacle point to sort of give you the direction. So for instance, if you've gone to, and again this is talking about my experience in the UK, so if you've gone to maybe, I don't know, let's say you've gone to private school compared to a state school, maybe you've gone to a boarding school compared to, you know, some type of, again, single co-ed compared to mixed co-ed and so forth, then these things can have quite an impact on maybe your perspective on how you see the world in general. So I've noticed that once you get to a point from your teens moving upwards, you've already got a little bit maybe of the sort of foundation of maybe who you are, but things can change along the way. As I say, as a guy though, I noticed once you start hitting my 20s became more so much so about how could I say, putting in the work to build up to where I'd like to be. So you can see the flashy car, you can see the lifestyle, you can see different things. You see maybe people, or you know, maybe have someone who you look up to. So back in the day, for me, I used to like Eddie Murphy, and I still do. But obviously, Eddie Murphy's changed a lot. But I used to look up to this guy. I used to find this guy so funny. I was like, yes, this is the guy. Look what he's doing. And in my mind, I was thinking, I want to have this. I had my dream board, everything else like that. And then from there, guys, in my 20s, again, it was about building, going to university. Going from there, I went to do my postgraduate and stuff like that. Putting that time in and really trying to make that solid foundation. But then after that, once I moved beyond that particular point, I've noticed in my 30s, my perspective has changed, the way I see life has changed. You know, they need to have a lot of material things. I don't really see the need for it anymore. Maybe because I'm at a stage where I feel a bit comfortable, but that need to feel like I need to go and buy the latest trainers or buy some Louis Vuitton bag, or, you know, it's not really about that really. I think for me at this point now, it's about having experiences, not necessarily buying things as such. Things can start to maybe take over your life as well, but I think once you get to a sort of natural space where you go beyond that, that's when you truly start to see what's most important to you, or what will be important to you at some point. And again, just to quote Kanye West was talking about time being the biggest luxury, and I think that is definitely true. Time is the key luxury. Time is the most important thing. So guys, again, it's really making sure about you're in a position that, if you can, and again it's not easy, and get yourself in a position that, again, if you're in your 20s, that you work hard but to build the path that you want, because that the benefit I'm in now, or the position I'm in now, is because of what I did previously in my 20s compared to my 30s. My 30s is sort of like benefiting from what I did in my 20s and so forth. So make sure that you don't squander your time. Time is so short, guys. And again, it's one of those things where I notice as I get to my 30s now, I'm taking a step back. I'm not as desperate to be out there as much anymore in people's faces and trying to be the guy who's always in the club and everything else. Like, it's not that important to me anymore. I've already had that, and I've already had that time and experience. So there are just a few things that I've learned, but I would definitely recommend, guys, if you're growing up, you're finding your way, again, you're in your 20s, going into your 30s, you know, that you make sure that you're solid in respect of making sure you build at least some foundation if you can, to give yourself a bit more of a future that maybe you'll probably want. Because a lot of people now, they're in their mid, you know, in their 50s plus, but because they made so many mistakes or didn't follow any particular path and just left, right, here to there all the time in their earlier years, now they have to sort of deal with what they got to deal with. So put the time in, guys, and, you know, try and find your way. Let me know how you get on. Peace.